talk about the main event for this Wednesday's fight. Midweek fights! Gotta love it. Fight Island. They're fighting on an island. The UFC secured an island, and now they've got fights on in the middle of the week. This is sensational. If only I wasn't, back at work after being furloughed for so long. Either way, I'll be waking up early in the morning. I won't be watching them live, but I'll be waking up nice and early in the morning. You've got Kelvin Kattar versus Dan Ige. Now, this one should be a decent fight. The bookies have Kelvin Kattar as the heavy favourite, and rightly so, because I think he's winning this fight. I mean, he's got the reach, he's got the height, he is 21-4, he's got 11 knockouts, Kattar. He just recently knocked out Jeremy Stephens, one of their very recent events. I think it was either UFC 250, or it was one of their UFC Vegas events, I think. Either way, it was fairly recent, and he knocked out Jeremy Stephens. I believe it was like an elbow, but either way, he looked fantastic in that. And Jeremy Stephens, I bloody love Jeremy Stephens, but he hasn't looked brilliant recently. Hopefully he finds some form again, because when Jeremy Stephens is on, he's bloody good, so all the best to him. But I would say, looking at both of these guys' records, Dan Ige, he recently fought as well. It might be even on the same card as Kelvin Kattar. But he fought Edson Barbosa. He got a win, split decision. It was very close. A lot of people thought that Edson Barbosa did enough to win it. Either way, it's not like it was a super convincing win. On the other hand, Edson Barbosa, if you look at what he did to Dan Hooker, maybe the fact that he eked by a close split decision means more than I'm giving him credit for, because Edson Barbosa is a hell of a fighter, a hell of a competitor. And he basically stood with Edson and managed to do enough that the judges gave it, because I thought he clearly won the first round, and then after that it was closer and closer. But either way, what the record books will show is that Dan Ige beat Edson Barbosa. His win before that was a split decision as well, though, and that was a close one. So he does tend to get a lot of close split decisions, and other than Barbosa, he's not beaten too many people of note. Whereas you look at the killers that Kelvin Kattar has put away and beaten. He has beaten, obviously, he's beaten Ricardo Lamas, Jeremy Stephens, Shane Burgos, Andre Fili. The list goes on. Against Zabit, he lost a decision to Zabit, but if I remember correctly, it was he lost the first 2 rounds really clearly, but then he came on really strong in the third, and Zabit was kind of lucky there wasn't maybe a 5-round fight, or that he got out of there. And Zabit is an absolute killer. Zabit's high up on everybody's list. Do you know what I mean? So, like I say, Kattar, he is the best fighter in this fight, and he should take this fight. There's no reason that he doesn't win it. It should be a really good fight on paper, to be fair, because they both like to stand up, they both like to bang. You've got 11 knockouts for Kelvin Kattar, and I think honestly it's going to be a knockout for Kelvin Kattar, but the odds on that are 1.57. It's not even worth betting on. So I've taken Kelvin Kattar as the plus 130 favourite. Sorry. That is nowhere near worth putting on as a standalone bet. Because 30 pence, 3 quid back off for 10. No, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to do my patented thing, and I'm going to take Kelvin Kattar to win, which is a good bet. That's a good bet. That's a bet that you can take all the way to the bank. But how do you turn that into a terrible bet, I hear you ask? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine that with 2 underdogs that are on this card that I quite fancy to win their fights. Step on up, Mr. Cody Stamann. Step on up, Mr. Ryan Benoit. No relation to Chris. Put that together with Kelvin Kattar to win 5.46 to 1. Terrible. That is a terrible bet. That is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you lose money hand over fist. But it's all fun, isn't it? And at the end of the day, we're all winners, really. I've already won. There's fights on an island in the Middle East. Midweek. Those bets are terrible, but that's how I like to do it. I like to get those longer odds, but obviously the flip side of that is that they rarely come off. But one day, keep those fingers crossed. Like I said, if you enjoy the videos, please like and subscribe. And I always like talking about MMA. If you think that I'm absolutely batshit crazy to think that Ryan Benoit and Cody Stamann are going to win, if you think that I'm absolutely out of my mind, let me know in the comments. Keep it respectful. We can have a disagreement without having to, belittle each other. I just like having a nice discussion about these things, because who doesn't love talking about a sport that is exciting as mixed martial arts? And the UFC, they're bringing us midweek fights. I can't wait. Enjoy the fights. Keep those bets terrible. I'll see you next time.